General Hospital spoilers, January 20. Michael and Chase clash in a tense showdown. The snow-dusted streets of Port Charles glimmered under the pale glow of morning, but inside General Hospital, the air was anything but calm. Tension crackled through the halls like an approaching storm, and at the center of it stood two men whose lives had become dangerously intertwined: Michael Corinthos and Detective Harrison Chase. Michael paced outside a private conference room, his jaw tight, his thoughts racing faster than his heartbeat. He hadn't slept. Not after what he'd discovered the night before. Secrets had a way of festering in Port Charles, and this one threatened to explode, taking families, friendships, and fragile alliances with it. The door swung open. Chase stepped out, removing his badge from his belt and slipping it into his pocket, as if bracing himself for something personal rather than professional. His eyes met Michael's, sharp and unyielding. "So," Chase said coolly, "you going to keep staring holes through me, or do you actually want to talk?" Michael didn't hesitate. "I want the truth, and I want it now." Chase folded his arms. "Careful, Michael. You might not like what you hear." They moved into the empty conference room, the door closing with a soft but final click. Outside, nurses whispered, sensing the brewing confrontation. Michael leaned forward, palms flat on the table. You knew about the investigation, about what could happen to my family, and you said nothing." Chase's expression hardened. "I'm a detective. I don't get to share sensitive information just because it makes someone uncomfortable." "This isn't about discomfort," Michael shot back. "This is about loyalty, about trust." A bitter laugh escaped Chase. "Coming from a Corinthos, that's rich." Michael's eyes flashed. "Say what you want about my last name, but I've spent my entire life trying to do things differently. I believe you were doing the same." For a moment, something flickered in Chase's gaze. Regret, perhaps, but it vanished just as quickly. "You think this is easy for me?" "Every case, every decision, I'm walking a line between justice and the people I care about. And your family. They don't exactly make that line clear." Michael straightened. "So you decided to play judge and executioner?" "No," Chase snapped. "I decided to do my job." The words hung heavy between them. Meanwhile, across the hospital, Willow paused near the nurse's station, an uneasy feeling settling in her chest. She could sense the tension, even without knowing the details. Port Charles had taught her one thing: when Michael and Chase were at odds, the fallout was never contained. Back in the conference room, Michael's voice dropped, quieter but no less intense. "You could have warned me. One conversation. That's all it would have taken." "And then what?" Chase countered. "You'd try to fix it. Pull strings. Protect people who don't deserve it." Michael clenched his fists. "You don't get to decide who deserves protection." Chase stepped closer, the space between them charged. "And you don't get to rewrite the law." For a heartbeat, it seemed like the argument might turn physical. Old anger, old wounds, and unspoken resentments surged to the surface. Two men who once shared mutual respect now stood on opposite sides of a moral divide. Michael broke the silence first. "If this investigation hurts my kids, if it destroys what little stability we've managed to build, I won't forgive you." Chase exhaled slowly. "And if I look the other way and let corruption win, I won't forgive myself." The truth of that landed hard. Outside the room, Willow finally caught sight of them through the glass. The look on Michael's face made her heart ache. She knew that expression, betrayal mixed with determination. She also saw it in Chase, the weight of responsibility pressing down on him. When Michael turned to leave, his hand paused on the door. "This isn't over," he said without looking back. Chase nodded once. "I wouldn't expect it to be." Michael walked out, nearly colliding with Willow. She searched his face, but he offered only a tight smile. Later, he said softly, already moving away. Willow watched him go, then turned to Chase. "What did you do?" Chase swallowed. "What I had to." As the day unfolded, rumors spread through General Hospital like wildfire. Nurses whispered, doctors speculated, and more than a few residents sensed that something big was about to break. In Port Charles, confrontations rarely ended quietly, and this one had set powerful forces in motion. By nightfall, Michael stood alone on the hospital terrace, staring out at the city lights. His phone buzzed with messages he didn't read. His mind was already several steps ahead, calculating, planning. If Chase thought he'd back down, he was wrong.